call the meeting to order. Roll call, Mr. Crosby.
Mrs. Kozer?
Here.
Mr. LoCascio?
Here.
Mrs. Maines? Absent. Mr. Music?
Here.
Mr. Ricardo?
Here.
Mr. Palmer?
Here.
Dr. George? Absent. Mr. Howard?
Here. At this time, I'd like to open the floor up to hearing of visitors. We, first I want to announce that we had an executive session prior to our meeting and to discuss legal and personnel issues. At this time, I'd like to open the floor up to hearing of visitors part 1. This is where you can come to the podium, announce your name and address, and speak of anything that's on the agenda for this evening. Okay, seeing no one. At this time, I'd like to have a moment of silence for our passing board member, Conrad Laser, and also Mr. Tom Olior of A.J. Myers Transportation. Thank you. Solicitor's report, Mr. Harris.
No.
Legislative report, Dr. Tippett.
No report.
Education and planning, Mrs. Kozar.
Yes, we're going to begin with the student report.
September.
Thank you. Mr. Franca, you have no relevant report?
It's exciting as usual. It's attached for your review. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, we're going to have an open day report after the open day, so Monday. And we're going to approve the Fay West Honors Band Festival. Tell us about that.
It'll be on the agenda for next week.
We're going to approve the affiliation agreement between Carlo and GLSD for student teachers and field experience students. We're also going to approve the affiliation agreement between Aspen University and Gray Latrobe School District for student nurse practical. We're going to approve the St. Vincent University cooperative agreement for the 1920 school year, and also the Mount Aloysius College cooperative agreement for the 1920 school year. We'll have on the agenda the Westmoreland Case Management Support Inc. Student Assistance Program Enhanced Services Letter of Agreement for the 1920 school year, and the ARI Inc. Contract for Professional Services for the 1920 school year. And we will have the addendum number 2 for the contractual agreement between Presley Bridge and Gray Latrobe for 1920 school year, and Exhibit A and B to the Student Service Interagency Agreement between the Westmoreland County Intermediate Union and the Gray Latrobe School District for 1920 school year. And lastly, the PA Youth Survey or PAYS distribution for 1920. And our next curriculum committee meeting will be September 17th at 5:30 to 6. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Kozar. I kind of threw you under the bus there.
Really?
I apologize. Finance, on the agenda for your approval next week will be Treasurer's report, payment of bills, also to approve the tax exonerations for 2018-2019, to approve year-end budget transfers, and also to approve gifts, grants, and donations. Finance Committee meeting was held this evening prior to the executive session. Our next Finance Committee meeting will be Tuesday, August 13th in the Senior High School Library. It was held tonight, 2013. Our next one will be September 10th, 2019 at 5:30. facilities operation planning. Our next, Mr. Thomas, can you want to speak to?
Yeah, under review of the, my meeting minutes are attached. I just want to make you aware of a couple of things that were done at LES over the summer. This is work that we could not perform at substantial completion. Two of these items were basically work that wasn't accepted by the architect, which was the wood floor finish in the CSC and the wood floor finish the stage. Both that work was redone this summer. We also made a repair to the sanitary line in the main gallery space, which involved replacing an area of terrazzo. So if you have been through LES this summer and wonder what was going on with some of that demolition work that was just done this last couple of weeks, that's been repaired and taken care of. Both those items, all three of those items are covered by the contractor's cost, not ours. We also had a HVAC condensate leak that occurred on the second floor, which occurred during a rain event. So I think a lot of people thought it was weather related, or the roof was possibly leaking, when it wasn't the case. So if you heard anything in the community of roof leak at LES, it's not the case. It's a HVAC leak in which a fitting had cracked, and basically the condensate water leaked into the second floor ceiling. That was repaired as well by the contractor. So just a couple of things in my meeting notes I want to make you aware of. LES is always something that's kind of a hot topic in the community that people are talking about, so I'm going to make you guys all aware of that.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Our facilities operation planning committee meeting minutes are attached, as Mr. Thomas said. Our next facilities operation planning committee meeting will be Thursday, September 5th at 3:30 at the admin building. Student activities and recreation, Mrs. Mays, or Mrs. Gozar, sorry. I'm throwing you under the bus again, I'm sorry.
We will be awarding bids for the winter sports equipment, and we'll have the Steeler night update.
It went very well. The crowd was obviously smaller, the lightning and the storms, but I'm waiting for 2 invoices to finish out all the invoices to know exactly where we landed. But it looks like we're gonna have about $20,000 to $21,000 to share with the kids and all the organizations. It's not as high as the 33 record last year, but compared to the lightning and the rain and the weather, I thought the night was pretty successful. There was still a lot of people there, but it wasn't like the night the year before. And we had a lot of help. I thank everybody that helped, and we went off without a hitch, and we were very happy.
Thank you. Community relations, Mr. Cassidy.
Yes, next week we'll be asked to approve a memorandum of understanding with the City of Latrobe Police Department, as well as a memorandum of understanding with the Pennsylvania State Police. Attached to this document is the minutes from the last Latrobe GLSD Parks and Recreation Commission meeting that was held on May 16th. The next meeting for that group will be Thursday, August 15th at 4:30 at the Latrobe Municipal Building.
Thank you, Mr. Cassidy. You want to just go ahead and do the next thing for me?
Sure. Attached to this document is the summary of the Westmoreland Intermediate Unit Board meeting minutes from June 25th. And that organization's next committee meeting will be Tuesday, August 27th at 7 o'clock in the Fort Ligonier room at the IU.
Thank you, Mr. Cassidy. EWCTC Joint Operating Committee, Mr. Music.
Thank you. The EWCTC Joint Operating Committee meeting minutes are attached to the board's agenda. And the next EWC Joint Operating Committee meeting will be tomorrow, Wednesday, August 14th. That's at 7 p.m. and that will be at the EWCTC.
Thank you, Mr. Music. Board Policy Liaison, Mrs. Gozar.
Yes, I move for the adoption of resolution number 6 to approve adoption of changes to the existing policies as stated.
We have a motion on the floor.
Second?
We have a second on the floor. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
And also on our agenda next week will be the first reading of board policies for policy number 702.1 crowdfunding, which is a new one. It's very exciting. Or crowdfunding now. completes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Booth. Transportation, Mr. Music.
Thank you. We'll have three things on the agenda for next week. First one being the approval of the 2019-2020 school bus van drivers, and they're attached to the board's agendas. The next thing is to approve pupil transportation schedule for 2019-2020. And the third thing is to approve the individual transportation contracts, and those are listed on the board's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Music. Technology, Mr. Palmer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would ask the board to approve the Swag Motion Pictures Inc. K-12 streaming agreement for 2019 through 2020, and also to renew the management services contract. Thank you. Oh, our next meeting is October 15th, here at CSC 5:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer. Superintendent's recommendations, Dr. Pepper.
Thank you. I would ask the board to move on resolution 007 to approve Michael Parempa as the assistant superintendent.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion?
I do have a question or a comment, I should say. Congratulations, Mr. Brunka. I think you and Mrs. Temper will make a great team. And I think one of the reasons you make a great team is because of the years of experience that you've had. But also with saying that, I would like to see this board, as well as the administration, look at combining your current duties with your new position or amongst the other administrators. And the reason why I say this, I look at Mr. Mears, who actually takes care of two positions, the athletic department and also transportation. I think that this could be a cost saving for the school district, and if it can be done, I'd like to see it happen. And I ask the board to consider it, not now, of course. I think it needs looked into, and if you would please look into it.
Absolutely. I need to assess where we are now and the duties that will need to be divided to make that decision.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? We'll have a roll call vote, Mrs. Brodsky.
Mr. Lucassio?
Yes?
Mrs. James Sampson? Mr. Music?
Yes.
Mr. Roberto?
Yes.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Dr. George is absent. Mrs. Cozart?
Yes.
Mr. Hauser?
Yes. That motion passes.
See? Just had to get it from last month. Congratulations. I would ask the board to move on resolution number 008 to approve the resignations as listed on the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion?
I appreciate Dr. Tepper not moving my resignation before my appointment.
Still, I think you were in. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I would ask the board to move on resolution 009 to approve the support personnel classified appointments as listed on the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I would ask the board to move on resolution number 10 to approve the support personnel classified appointments, personal care assistants as stated on the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I would ask the board to move on to resolution number 11, to approve the professional personnel of substitute teachers as listed below or listed on the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I would ask the board to move on resolution number 12, to approve the support personnel supplemental positions, which include the girls' tennis head coach, junior varsity golf coach, and 2 volunteer coaches, 1 for soccer and 1 for football teams.
So moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I would ask the board to move on resolution number 13, to approve the school police officers for the 2019-2020 school year as stated on the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I would ask the board to move on resolution number 14, to approve the support personnel appointments, which include supplemental positions and salaries for the 2019-20 school year, which include fall sports coaches on attachment A, as well as student activity advisors on attachment B.
So moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion passes.
I would ask the board to move on resolution number 15, to approve the substitute pay rate for the 2019-20 school year as stated, $90 for the first 29 substitute days, $100 30 days and after, and for 20 consecutive days of a substitute serving in the same position for the same teacher, the rate of pay would be $120 a day.
So moved.
Second.
A motion on the floor and second. Questions or comments on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes.
And next week, we will have 2 professional staff members up for tenure, Brianna Donahue and Michelle Staff, that will be on the agenda for next week. Well, this is a great thing here. We have one of our own, Hannah Green, we would like to congratulate. Those of you that have an agenda in front of you, she is a 2013 Greater Latrobe graduate who placed second in the 800 meter at the U.S. Track and Field Championship in Des Moines, Iowa this past month. This qualified her for the International Association of Athletics Federation World Championship, which will be held September 28th through October 6th in Doha, Qatar, if I pronounced that correctly. And the top 3 individuals who will qualify for the U.S. Olympic team and compete in the summer of 2020 in Tokyo. So, Mr. Mears, I see you might have something to add to that to congratulate Hannah.
Yeah, she also just happened to, all our Division I athletes sign hats and put them in my office. There might be one from Virginia Tech with Hannah Green's autograph on and tags go on. So we might have a live auction here. We'll be building a nice trophy case.
Is that part of that crowdfunding?
Yeah.
I'll get that classified. No, but congratulations to Hannah Green. I do remember Hannah. It's awesome. I would also like to recognize our principals, John Mays, Jeff Eagle, Matt Shivitz, and Lindsay DeCasolo, who presented August 3rd, 4th, and 5th at the Pennsylvania PASA Educational Leadership Summit in the Poconos. And if I can say, we always talk about sharing our story, and one of our personal goals and team goals is to continue to do that, and the fact that they took the time to put the proposal through, got accepted. You know, Mr. Maines and Mr. Engel presented on the schedule, but also on personalized learning as well. And Mrs. DeCasolo and Mr. Shivitz, there he is in the back, presented on professional learning communities that you've heard a lot about, but also the schedule that supports the environment for common planning time to truly look at that data and have true professional learning communities. I know Mr. Paremko was at that conference as well, and if you've been to conferences, I think we all know if you go into a session and it's not of interest or the presenters aren't engaging, you leave. I can say that all the attendees that attended stayed the entire time, not only stayed the entire time, asked questions later, wanted to talk about the schedule, brainstorm, and pick their brains. So really proud. That's the first one of many. We have one coming up where Mr. Kralik is going to be presenting in October as well, and we just hope to continue that trend here at Greater Lake Trout.
I'd like to congratulate everyone involved and also thank you for taking one for the team and going to the Poconos.
I think their drive was longer than their stay. Just a reminder, our teacher in service will begin next week, August 19th through the 22nd. For our opening day, I invite any board members to attend. You're more than welcome at 8 o'clock in the auditorium. School begins for students on August 26th. However, a little bit of a change up this year. In kicking off the school year, we will actually have a keynote presenter on Thursday, August 22nd, who will present to our entire staff. And I don't want to butcher her name, Dr. Kabola. And she is a national known speaker, physician, and she will speak to our staff pertaining to building resilience in our youth, but also about societal impacts such as social media, teen suicide, and many other issues. Not just as a keynote, we will have breakout sessions that will occur for our elementary staff, K to 6, and then our secondary staff, 9 to 12. Our goal is to follow up then with Dr. G, as that's what she likes to be called, coming out and actually working with our student body. I'd like to say this was brought to our attention, a recommendation from Acacia Houck and Scott Marker, our student council advisors who attended the convention that was held at Seneca Valley, I believe that, and had the opportunity to hear her present, and she is really, really powerful. So we're extremely excited about that. Back to school nights as listed, all the elementary buildings, you can see as they're stated. Junior and senior high school open house as well, and I'll just briefly do back to school elementary. We have prior to school, August 21st and August 22nd, and Monday, September 16th for kindergarten, because kindergarten does the transition time with that. These would all be on our website. Junior and high school open house, mark your calendars for Thursday, September 5th, which is also on our website. Just a reminder that Pennsylvania School Board Association School Leadership Conference will be held this fall, October 16th through 18th in Hershey. Any board members interested, please let Mrs. Rohosky know so we can get you registered for that conference as well. Our board meetings, upcoming board meetings held here at the Center for Student Creativity. Our regular board meeting next Tuesday, August 20th at 7:30. Committee of the whole Tuesday, September 10th at 7:30, followed by our regular board meeting Tuesday, September 17th at 7:30.
Thank you, Dr. Tippett. At this time, I'd like to open the floor of the hearing of visitors part 2. This is where anyone can step to the podium, give your name and address, and speak of any concerns you may have with the district.
My name is Lori Thomas, 1031 Ione's Court, Latrobe. I am currently employed in your district as a personal medical assistant to a young man who's in Mountain View, and he's entering 3rd grade. I do have a couple concerns, just my observation in the building and in the district as a taxpayer, and from seeing the inside. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Mrs. Cuthbert. I think it's a wonderful advancement in your position. I think you're going to do a tremendous job and you have a dedication to the district. And I also am always a supporter of Mr. Kremka. I can envision his duration in the district, and I think he'll also do a fantastic job in coordination with Mrs. Tepper. My one concern is in first grade, in the districts altogether, all three schools, Mountain View, Bagley, and Latrobe, I'd like to see that we have an equal number of teacher-student ratio to allow the students to have the best benefit as far as what they can experience from their first grade years. Teachers are wonderful. They give a lot. I have always respected teachers. When my kids were going through school, Mike was one of the teachers, and I respected him tremendously and still do. Teachers do a terrific job. My daughter is a teacher. Actually, both of my girls are in education. However, they really have a tough job sometimes with the issues that are before them with kids. And I think that we really have to, as a district and as the board members and the administration, has to really be looking at some of these classroom sizes and what is in them. And in fairness to the teachers, they can be terrific teachers and they can give extra hours and have a heart of gold, but they can only do so much. And I'd like for you guys to just keep that in mind and look at those numbers. Not just through first grade. I say that in particular because that's where my daughter is. But I say that in all the grades, to be fair to the kids. I think our district is strong. We have a lot of pride in our district. But I think we also need to give each child the best advantage in the relationship they have with their teacher.
I just wanted to, I crunch numbers real quick. In first grade, at Bagley, we're 18 and a half per class.
Okay.
At LES, Sherry, you have 5 teachers, right?
I do, I'm around 20, 21.
Right, 21 there. And we actually put a long-term substitute in first grade at LES because of the class size. And Mountain View first grade, this year they have 75 students, 4 teachers there, 19 per.
No, they have 3 teachers.
First grade.
Oh, that was at second grade, we went to 4. Your bad, my bad.
Second grade wasn't 4. Yeah, Mountain View in particular is where I'm.
Yeah, it's at 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was thinking your first grade going to second grade. Yeah. You're right.
Mountain View in particular is where I'm asking you to look. And I'm sure Mrs. Hollis, obviously, she's aware, it's her school and she knows what her numbers are. And I know that she's supportive of, where those numbers are too, but she's one person can only do so much. And you guys are the board and the administration that have to support, from the top down. And I think that really needs to be looked at. If you have 18 and a half at Bagley, and you have 20, 21 at LES, and you have a team of 3 first grade teachers at Mountain View who bust their behinds to have 25, 26, 27, last year 28 kids. I think that needs looked at.
I agree. How many of those first graders moved in over the last month and a half?
Quite a few of them, I don't have the exact number, but there's been quite a few.
And that's part of the problem is when we look at class size numbers, and I said this last year.
They came from 3 kindergartens last year into 3 first grades.
Yeah.
So,
But when we're looking at numbers, the unforeseen piece is move it. And Becky, this is 2 years in a row in that first grade where I think if you had a first grader, you bought a house in Mountain View. And it seemed like that's just where all the first graders went last year in this. It was not a good situation last year. We recognized it, which is why this year we added the extra teacher in second grade, which is what I was thinking when I said the first grade piece. But we'll go back and look at it and talk about it.
Are you referring to Mountain View in particular, Mike?
Yes, yes.
We were always at 4 in second grade. We were at 4 last year.
right, so instead of dropping it to 3, we kept
Oh,
it
yeah,
at
yeah,
four.
yeah, you have 4 in second grade, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If last year when we made the decision to go to 3 in first grade, we were sitting at 21 or 22 per classroom. And then we literally had that many kids move in that it went to 27 and 28 in those classrooms, which is why we made the decision not to move forward into the second grade at Mountain View with
Okay.
only 3 teachers. We kept the 4th teacher.
I understand.
Yeah, so let us look at it. It just, over the next 2 weeks, we could end up getting more kids in that first grade at Mountain View.
Exactly, right.
5 of them could move out. But it's something that we look at, and I don't know that in a grade level that low, we ever want to go in with 25, but sometimes it just happens. And I get it, and they do bust their butts all over the school district, whether it's 25 in a 5th grade classroom,
I
or
agree.
25, 18. Our overall class size is 21 across the K to 6 realm, we're at 21 where it averages out. So, but I hear your point, and I don't dispute it.
Like I said, I respect teachers across the board. I don't care what district they teach in, what school they teach in, what grade level. I think they all, it's a tough job, and it's easy for people on the outside to say, well, you only work 9 months a year, you get summer off, and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I just don't think that some people see the hard work that is put in on the inside. So I respect them even more, just being on the inside and seeing that. And not only that, but I'm a mom, and I have 2 girls, and I'm very proud of them. They're both in education, and of course I'm going to advocate for them. And you have one of them working in your district, and I think she does a tremendous job. So I'm very proud of her. The other thing is, in Mountain View in particular, I know Kurt's been working on, you know, it's an older school. There's obviously issues there, and there were issues last year. I look from the inside, you know, we have a lot of things that go on in our schools, and as a taxpayer, and I'd like to be proud of our district. I went to school here, born and raised local, you know, raised kids here. Proud of the district. And I think we need to continue to look at our schools, and of course, it's always a cost issue, and it's like a home. Things always need done. There's maintenance. And I'm not in the other schools to see, but when I'm in Mountain View and I look up and I see ceiling tile and I can see clear up to the heavens of the roof, I just think it looks bad. And we have a lot of public things. We're going to have a, you know, back to school night. And we have a lot of people through our schools, period. I just think we need to put on our best dressing, you know, we go out, we want to look good, you know, we have people to our homes, we want our homes to look nice. I think we should present our schools the same way as best we can. And of course, I know it's always money and budget and everything, but, you know, obviously that's a work in progress that we're working on. And the other thing is, I know Mrs. Golovich has been working on our nursing staff. I am a registered nurse. I am personal medical assistant in the district right now with a young man who has a medical condition. Because of my background and my education and my concern for the nursing staff, I know it's hard for our district to get applicants for the nursing positions, and we had lost a couple people, and I don't know how good of a response we're getting with applicants coming back, but I think the board and the administration needs to look at, if we're not getting applicants coming in and we're not getting good prospects, we're not able to hire, I think that's because we need to offer a little more money to pay them. I think our district is low compared to surrounding districts, maybe only by a couple dollars. But I think it's a liability if we're not going to cover our schools with the nursing staff.
I appreciate that. We do, though, have all of our schools covered, and we have had discussions, and we've had applicants. We're very fortunate at Greater Latrobe that we have a nurse in each building every single day. We don't have one individual covering two different buildings without coverage. We have certified school nurses, 3 health room assistants, and we also have a rotating health room assistant. Our schools are always covered, and you are absolutely right. It is tough to get applicants, but I'm proud to say that I know Mrs. Golovich this past week has interviewed applicants, and we have some stellar candidates. So
That's good. I'm glad to hear it. I know she does a hard job of trying to recruit, and it is a difficult job, and even when you have applicants, you might have 10 maybe get one good one out of that, or, you know. So I'm glad to hear that we're getting applicants on that, and, you know, I just think it's really important in that aspect too, to cover that part of our district as well.
We are fully staffed and covered. Just
Okay,
that.
perfect. Okay, I hadn't had a chance to catch up with you on that.
Yeah, we have
Very
we
glad.
have a 5-minute limit. You're about 10
Oh,
right
sorry.
now. I didn't want to interrupt you, but we're.
Thank you very
no
much. That
problem.
was it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I see no one. We'll move for adoption of resolution number 16.